Hi guys, this is Ren from State 426. I'm going to log in now. I'm just back from work. I'm going to check on Tier 11. We just opened up the Plasma Institute today. So, very quick check here. I need to set up some buffs. Research speed, 4 hours. I have my, let's see here.
These are my woods.
Econ. And so this is all very fresh. I've just logged in here. The Institute of Plasma has just opened up. Haven't even built it yet. So let's go build it. There we go. And I'm assuming we need to go upgrade it. So let's go upgrade. Now I've been saving a ton of speeds. I have a million, that's probably an exaggeration, but I have a ton of construction speed, so I'm just going to knock this thing out pretty quick. Not too worried about construction speed. So max this puppy out. Looks like this is going to take a little while, so it's going through each of these individual stages. It's one of these you have to do 5 steps. So let's go through all the 5 steps. I have a lot of construction speed. Now what I did was I looked online to see what was all the resources I needed, all the speed ups I needed for getting to Tier 11. I have hopefully plenty of everything. About 26,000 plasma. No, I don't need you yet, thank you. We're just gonna blitz on through here. Let's see how I can speed up the video maybe. So we are just about at 3 now. I'm saving my rapid development for the actual Tier 11 troops and the research for that. Hopefully I'm not adding a whole bunch of points for SPS. No, we're still doing a good job losing. Good job, State 426. You guys rule. So we are well on the way to plasma level 4 for this building. They keep encouraging me to buy more plasma. Hopefully I don't need more plasma. Alright, we are now 4. Last level here. Day 1 for each of these upgrades. There's a lot of information online if you want to see the actual steps and the costs. Maybe I'll put the link on YouTube when I post this. There we go, so this is the last step. So this was maxing out Plasma Institute to level 5. So what do I got next? I got research. Let's take a quick peek. Make sure there's no distractions. So there's each of these trees. I'm going to assume I have to go through each of these trees pretty quickly. There's a lot of steps. It's not too bad though. So we will, just for kicks, we're gonna pop. Let's make sure. So we got our buffs on, we're in Econ mode, we're gonna do rapid development, and then we're gonna click like mad here. So let's see how quickly we can get through. I don't know what you are. What's the predators? To go really quickly here. So I have basically, thank you for the gov buff. It's from our good friends at PNX. Thank you very much. I'm just going to blitz through this really quickly. Right now, these are different skills. There's a couple things that these trees seem to do. One is they seem to give about 40% in various stats for a particular troop type. The other is they increase your rally maximum march size, which is exciting. It's that one in the middle there we'll get to. And then once you get through the whole tree, oh, that's when you actually unlock your new plasma troop. And my understanding is to go through this whole thing requires about 270 days of research speeds. Hopefully I have that math right. It's about 90 days per tree. And so that was where I was trying to take advantage of all the rapid development, the HQ research boost, and kind of knock this stuff out. So here we go. This is how do you burn off 26,000 plasma? I'm guessing in about 30 minutes. Let's see how fast this goes. Some people joke this should be done in a survival of the fittest event or a major event. That would be some crazy amount of points. It would be really interesting to know how many points you would get out of that. But we have state versus state coming up against state 437. They already had plasma. Institute opened before state 426. We're not exactly sure how that happened, but it did. So our institute was given to us in the middle of the SVS prep after many of us raised, hey, this doesn't seem right. How come they, a younger state, have it opened for a couple of weeks and we still don't? I'm still convinced there was some operations bug, but it's what it is. So the first thing we're doing here is burning through my research speeds. I have quite a few days of generic speeds. Oh, interesting. There's something I might be missing here. Looks like we have to get everything sort of ramped up. That's fine. Before we can do the middle one, and then we can do the final one. The end of the first tree here. 20 hours. I'm hoping I can get through one of these trees with rapid development. If we weren't in such a rush, it would be maybe smart to spread it out over multiple days and using your rapid development to save yourself a ton of time on the speeds. Alas, we're in a rush here. We want to beat state 437 in what looks to be a pretty challenging matchup. They have a lot of maxed accounts, might be a dozen. So we're gonna have to put our best effort forward. What we like about state 426 though is we have a good group of players and alliances that actually seem to get along more or less, and we're looking forward to some really competitive state versus state against large states. So there we go. Here is our final one. Wow, look at that guy. He's expensive. There we go. So now we have Pulse Predators. Yay, that's in the garage. That's probably the one I wanted to do last. It's the Riders. Okay, let's go do Infantry next. That was 1/3 done. That didn't take too long, right? This is my first video for State of Survival. A bunch of my Guardians Alliance buddies said, hey Ren, you should really record your journey to tier 11. We would like to see you just sort of one-shot that. If you do that, go record it. So here is my first attempt at recording something on State of Survival. I have no idea how this is going to come out, but so far so good. It's going pretty quick. So let's see here. We'll go over here, speed ups. That last box sure uses quite a bit. So what you see I'm doing sort of is, it's just a habit here, is I always do hours first, and then I sort of step through to the minutes, just to try to be a little efficient. I do burn sort of 1 minute at the end there. And if it's a couple seconds, that's just to get through this. Don't be worried about a few minutes here and there. So what we have to do after this part of Tier 11, though, is I have the capacity to train Tier 11, but I actually have to make some. So this is going to involve some upgrades. I have about 4.9 million troops, which is a pretty handy amount to have when you're doing the reservoir fight, RR. It's also kind of fun in state versus state where you get 90% of your troops back. Still, it's only 90%, so you got to be willing to throw away a lot of troops, but it is kind of fun. Let's see here. We are getting through open electricity research. Pretty sure my rapid development ended a long time ago, but it got me a little bit of a boost. So I believe we'll have at least 3 people with max tier 11 here on 426. Shout out to Lawrence and Achilles. Lawrence from Domination, Achilles from Phoenix. Phoenix has the current governor right now with Fairy Mistra. Appreciate the good work, Gov. So now the progress here on this tree. Burning through a ton of speeds. We have the math right, I'm not going to be disappointed. I still have 32,005 minutes, that's going to count for something. I'm going to burn some of those off just for kicks. And that brings up this to 12. Whoops. That I didn't want to do. I just burned off 1 minute. Alright, I'm going to waste a little bit more here. Goes a little faster though, doesn't it? Maybe I should have done this to begin with. Okay, let's go back to hours. We are getting really close to the end of the Infantry Tier 11. Pretty exciting. We sure use a lot of infantry in our various bunkers and capital clash battles. There we go, 1 more rally capacity. That's 3 days right there, boom. And Plasma Elite at 31 days. I'm sure I'm going to have somebody make fun and say, geez, Ren, you should have done it this way. You could have saved a ton of time. Well, okay. So now we got 1 more to do. So now we do our friendly ranged. Curious to see how many trainings I have at the end here. This is one of those things you learn after you do it, so if I was doing this again, I would probably save my rapid development for when I got into the rally capacity. And that would help me probably save a lot of speeds and get into the final tier 11 at the end. So if you're still with me here listening this and you're planning on doing this yourself, you probably want to think about that as well. Finish off maybe the early levels without the rapid development, get into your rally capacity, sort of for each of the 3 trees, blow your rapid development and then do it all at once. Maybe that's a better way to do it. But, you know, these things are hindsight. It's just sort of ad hoc right now, just trying to figure out how far I can go here. All of these generic speeds could otherwise be pretty helpful for troop training. Be nice to do. 600 there. We're getting there. There's 36 boxes left in the other ones. Let's see. 12 here. This is where if I was being an optimizer, I'd slow down a bit. But in the excitement of creating a video, I blew off my 1 minute. If you guys find this at least a little bit interesting. Let's see. Still have quite a few thousands of the 5-minute speeds. Burning off about good place for speeds. Well, the custom crates are actually pretty good, but sometimes they have really nice chief gear chests on the custom crates, and that's kind of a better deal. And the speeds, sometimes hero gear is not bad either. You have to sort of pay attention to what they're offering. But I do find the survival of the fittest bundle, that's a usually pretty good place to get the speeds. I usually pick those ones up. And any of the special event packs, those are usually pretty good too. So we were having a little bit of fun, Lawrence and I think, doing some rushed troop training at the end of our last event, just to see who could sneak into first. I think I was about 40 points ahead of him at the end. Sneak, sneak. Okay, so we're on the second last box. We're burning off the rest of these hour ones. Less than 1,000 hours. Let's see. And 470. Down to 5 boxes. 3 boxes. Oh, sort of burned to 5 minutes on a second there. Alright, so now, last box. There we go, 31 days. Well, let's burn off the rest of those, and the rest of those leaves me 24,451 I can invest into the troop training. So now, troop training. Let's see what the upgrades look like. For kicks. Let's go put not very useful training capacity buff, but we'll put it on just for this anyways, just for kicks. And let's see how this, how this helps us on the upgrading. There you go, Pulse Elites unlocked. I am thinking those guys are going to get some good use. So, let's go take a look at some upgrading. How many can I upgrade in a batch? Only 1,448. This is, oh, here we go, upgrades. Yeah, so you can see I have about 1.7 million executioners. Pretty eager to get upgraded. We do upgrade. Oh, look at that, we can do 9,000 in a batch. How cool is that? So, okay, we'll do a bunch of them. Well, I'll do one batch of each of these, and you see I have a bunch of training upgrades. Yeah, so this is something to work on next is the upgrading. At least I go straight to upgrades now. It's the right level, and 8 million metal. Yeah, that'll go through quite a bit, won't it? It'll be almost 800 million metal to do 900,000 troops, so that's gonna suck up a bunch. Very cool. Here, let's just get another set going. I'll go take a peek. These guys, Pulse Predators, very cool. Same sort of thing. We'll go to upgrade. I have less death cruisers because I find I use range and infantry a lot more. So we've got 9,000 of these guys. Let's just get our first batch done for the purpose of this video to say, yes, I have Tier 11 now. How wonderful was that? Okay, another 9,000 cooking away. And then we will do our good old Pulse Assassins. It's a cool name. They look pretty nifty. I like how they give the sheen. So, same sort of deal here. Let's get upgrades. Find my over 1 million bullseyes, give them an upgrade, same sort of thing, but 9,000. So, just to get a first batch. There we go. Now, one of the really big perks, though, is the stats you get out of getting to Tier 11. So let's just go smack something for kicks. And find some random, close, eliminated, and see how our stats are looking. Look at that, they pick up the assassins. This is going to be kind of fun. 17 seconds. And we'll take a quick look at the battle report. Those little plasma icons at the top. I think they're trying to tell me buy more plasma. You gotta wonder, so when you unlock Tier 11, do you need more plasma? I have no idea. Alright, so, I am not even in War Talents. That might have been
These are my
a
words.
little more useful to do. So, without War Talents, let's see here. 725 and 511. Those are pretty solid stats. Let's go hit something again now that I actually put War Talents on. Here, just some random dude. seems to have gone up quite a bit. 555 million? Wow. It's interesting. Maybe that's why the guys in 437 have such crazy, impressive stats, because they just did their tier 11s. Alright, so let's take a look at this. Now that we have our war stats on, this is unbuffed. Not bad, 762. So yeah, it's about up 40% on attack and defense. Health is looking pretty sweet, 526. This is some solid stats. So, ready for state versus state. Go State 426. Shout out to all the cool people in State 426 and the 6 and the awesome people in Guardians Alliance, which is the alliance on 426 that's been my home pretty much since the beginning. Great bunch of people. See you guys all later. Hope you found the video at least a little interesting.